I'm making my way down Main Street. We're headed into Michael's Creations, where we'll talk to proprietors about art, community, entrepreneurship, and what they love about Cincinnati. Let's go. And so this is the third of our Citizen Celebrity segment. We are at Michael's Creations on Main Street, and we are interviewing the two celebrities in the building. We have Damone and Michael, and we're going to talk a little bit about art, entrepreneurship, and this city. How are you?
Excellent. Excellent. How are you, sir?
Oi.
Are you good?
Oi.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell the camera that. Don't tell me.
Oi.
Yes. So, easy question. Why Cincinnati? You could be anywhere in the world. Why Cincinnati?
Sort of long story short, 25 years ago I had a dream. So I was working for Ralph Lauren at the time, and I had a dream Monday night. Tuesday I went in and quit my job and bought a bus ticket, one-way ticket. That Friday I caught a bus to Cincinnati, and I've been here ever since.
Wow.
Yeah. And I told God that when I had the dream, I woke up that morning not really remembering the whole dream. Otherwise, I would have just came and applied for a job here. But when I got here, I found out that a friend of mine lived here, and he came to pick me up from the station, which used to be over the Rhine, but
Yes.
it's now gone. And the night that he picked me up, I thought, okay, I'll just stay with him until I get a job and get on my feet. And I hadn't eaten that night, so we went to Taco Bell, which used to be up in Clifton. And he got arrested because he got in a fight with everybody in Taco Bell. Went to jail, and but from jail, which was nice, he called me, and I hadn't been in Cincinnati for maybe 4 hours before he got arrested. And he told me how to get to Job and Family Services. And I got an emergency shelter at the Mount Airy homeless shelter.
Wow.
So I was homeless for 8 months while he was locked up, and, which was interesting. So I stayed in the Mount Airy shelter for 3 months. Got in contact with the VA representative that moved me to the homeless shelter in Fort Thomas, Kentucky, and I was there 6 months. But and this is not all about me, but one of the cool things is that when I was in the Mount Airy shelter, I got in a fight with a gentleman over my music, and come to find out that he killed somebody after he left the shelter, and I recognized him, and they had put a $10,000 reward out for his arrest and conviction, and I'm actually the one that turned him in, and 6 months after I turned him in, the lawyer called and asked me did I want to come down and pick up my reward money.
Wow.
So I got $10,000 for. But if I hadn't been in the shelter,
Wow.
I wouldn't have met him. I wouldn't have turned him in, and the rest is, as I say, history. So.
Only on Cincinnati's conscience.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I was fortunate enough that a friend of mine, that her mom had Alzheimer's and dementia, and I was hanging with her for 4 years till she passed. And then I found out that through a friend of ours that Michael needed another assistant, because the lady that used to hang out with Michael had gone to school to be a social worker. So she wanted to do that, to help pay off her college loans and whatnot. So she had set up an interview for me and Michael to sort of meet up, and
Oh,
that was 15 years ago. And
wow.
I'm still putting up with them.
Or is it the other way around, Michael?
Well,
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah.
That is
So all this
beautiful.
stuff, I wouldn't have gone to the shelter. Wouldn't have met, friends of mine. Wouldn't have met Michael. Wouldn't have.
Wow.
So it was, I used to think that I was in control of what my life was to be, but then I figured out I need to get out of the way, because God hasn't figured it out. So I just need to. People say that let God be your co-pilot. No, He's my driver, because I don't know where I'm going, and he sort of has a better view of what's in front of us than I do.
So how did this storefront come to be?
Well, we started off at Pendleton Arts Center.
Okay.
We were there 8 years. When Michael graduated from high school, his parents told him that he had to get a job, and he could be no freeloader. And a lot of people with special needs, they go into programs to put stuff together, or
Right.
work at Goodwill, or, Michael's like, I don't want to do that.
Right.
I want to do my art.
Yes.
So they said, well, let's make that happen. And fortunately enough, his parents are of the mindset that even though Michael has some special needs, he doesn't need to be coddled, or people with cerebral palsy don't make it out of bed.
Yes.
And back in the day, it used to be shameful for people to find out that your child had cerebral palsy, because for some that meant that they were not worthy of being in society, and because Michael's, for the most part, is nonverbal, even though he has a lot to say
Yes, he does.
about a lot of stuff, and definitely about what I do and what he wants me to do. Because even when he was in Italy, he gave me a to-do list. Yes, you did. Don't shake your head like you very innocent. Even though I didn't do most of the stuff on the to-do list. And he fusses at me daily. Because before you all came in, he was fussing at me for not doing what he told me to do. But I always say he's not the boss of me. But yeah, so we started off at Pendleton Arts Center. We were there 8 years. COVID hit, and they only do Final Fridays, so they limited how many people could come in the building. Before COVID, we were, every month we would make our rent.
Yeah.
And because there was no limit of people that could come in. After COVID, they were only let maybe 30 people in at a time. So we really wasn't making money that we were making before COVID.
Right.
So we decided that it might be better to move out into another location. We went to Colerain Avenue in Camp Washington. We were there almost 3 years.
Oh, wow.
That wasn't the best location
Right.
for us.
Yeah.
Because Colerain Avenue, for the most part, is not really a walking neighborhood.
Right. No foot traffic.
You get in your car and you go where you need to go, and then you get back in your car and go where else, So the funny thing is, a friend of ours, Lindsay, about this program that 3CDC and Urban Sites was initiating, because Main Street had lost a lot of front renters because of several factors. I've been on this street for 24 years, almost 25 years. So I've seen what has happened over the years. So they wanted to re-energize. There were 15 storefronts empty. So they started a program where you could come in and get free rent for 3 months. And then if you're a good fit for them and they were a good fit for you, then they would extend it another 3 months for free rent. And then after that, you can negotiate. So we did the 6 months, and then they extended another 3 months for us because we fell in love with them and they fell in love with us. And then after that, we signed a year lease, and then in April of last year, we signed another year lease. So we'll be
Yes.
here until 2026.
Yes.
April of 2026. But the first place we looked at, we looked at 9 locations, I think. This was our favorite, because Michael's in a wheelchair some of the time. So this was wheelchair accessible.
Right.
We wanted it to have, we wanted to do painting classes for other people with special needs. So it was easier to, a lot of storefronts on the street have a step up,
Right.
or a couple steps up. This location didn't have that, so it was just easy for people to get in and out.
So let's talk about the artwork. What's found here at Michael's Creations? What can people expect when they come to the door?
Well, Michael's first love, and what he first started painting, was Sesame Street characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he continues to paint and continues to love. We recently had a conversation about he feels that he's getting older
Mm-hmm.
and that he wanted to phase out painting Sesame Street characters and other characters because he feels that he's kind of outgrown them.
Okay.
But everybody that we've posed this question to is like, why would you stop painting your bread and butter? So people still love Elmo, Bert and Ernie. And the funny thing was, when we moved from Coleraine to here, Michael sold more paintings in this location the first month we were
Wow.
here than he did the whole 3 years we were over on Coleraine Avenue.
Wow, Michael!
Oh yeah, and that's because we're more visible here.
Yes.
People are walking up and down the street on a regular basis. We love this location because this part of the block is very walker friendly,
Yes.
and there's other like-minded stores that are next to us or down the street from us. Michael started off in Pendleton in a small studio in the annex, which wasn't the greatest because there wasn't a lot of people that occupied the annex and painted in the annex. So he moved to the main building before I met him. And he started off in his basement of his house. He didn't like that because it was just him and Nancy, that lady used to hang out with him. And there was nobody else around. So he was like, I want to be around people.
Yeah.
And Michael likes to socialize and entertain and sort of hear other people's story. So that's in Pendleton. The main building was better because people could come visit and hang out, and he could go visit other artists. Pendleton's nice because it has over 200 studios on 8 different floors. So a lot of the times we were there, we could go visit, hang out with other people, see what they're working on. They'd come down and see what we were working on. His mom was nice enough to say, okay, since you're hanging out with Michael, if you want to put some of your stuff in Michael's studio, feel free to do that.
Right.
So I sold stuff. I had been selling stuff before that.
Right.
But my intention was not to sell my jewelry or clothes. It was only for me. I was being very selfish. And I would tell my friends that I would make stuff for. Don't tell anybody that I made that for you because I don't want to make stuff for other people. But my friends are very hard-headed. And they would tell people, oh, Damone made this for me. And I'm like,
I'm one of those people.
yes. So people would come and want me to make stuff for them. They wanted to come to my house. And I'm not a real big fan of people in my home.
Right.
Because of different energy or
Right.
whatever. So I started doing Final Friday years ago. And I said, well, if I'm going to do this, I need to do this. And then if I make money, I can buy more beads. I can buy But at first I started just buying stuff that was inexpensive, taking it apart, recreating it. And I still do that today. 95% of what I do is recycle. So I'll find like placemats or barber doll heads or stuff. Like a friend of mine left a pair of curtains in my house. And I told him, come get your curtains, come get your curtains, come get your curtains. He didn't listen to me. So he had a dinner party and I needed a new outfit. So I took his curtains and made me a pair of pants and a top out of them. And I go to the dinner party and in front of everybody, there's me. Like, are those my curtains you're wearing? I told you to come get them. Yes, I needed an outfit and I didn't want to go buy fabric. So I got like 3 or 4 other orders for people wanting me to make them stuff from curtains. So I tell people, don't leave stuff in my house if you don't want to see me wearing it. So I was doing that. So this location affords us enough space for Michael's stuff, and then also enough space for my stuff.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your jewelry. Because you are an artist and a creative of many trades, of many abilities, why jewelry?
Well, jewelry was here. I would see stuff that I liked, and I couldn't really. It wasn't in my budget to buy it, so I decided that if I want to wear stuff, then I should make my own stuff. And that way I could, I would go to Goodwill, Salvation Army, like I said, buy beads, recreate them. And then the same thing with clothes. I would see stuff that I would want to buy, or stuff that I didn't see stuff I wanted to buy, like, Macy's or Dillard's, all had the same sort of stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be looking like everybody else.
Yes.
That's not my goal. So then I learned how to go to the downtown library, learned how to sew, and just started making stuff myself. But yeah, Michael has been painting, and we sort of work well together.
Yeah.
We first started hanging out 3 days a week, and in the company that he was going to day programs on Mondays and Fridays, which he didn't like.
Yeah.
It was more babysitting kind of thing. They would watch TV and eat lunch and watch movies and do arts and crafts. And I don't want to do this. I want to create my own artwork on bases and sell my work. So his parents had the foresight to say, okay, well, if this is what you want to do, we're going to make this happen.
Wow.
So they've been kicking for him for a while. They don't let him, the fact that he has cerebral palsy, stop him from doing anything that he wants to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, they were just in Italy for 3 weeks. We just went on a New Orleans boat ride where we had it was 3 levels, and he's in a wheelchair a lot of the times because he's very nosy, and if he's walking, he needs to focus.
Yeah.
It's hard for him to focus because he is so nosy. So we had to sort of walk him up to the 2nd level to eat. But he's still kind of jet lagged.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, so we do well.
Yeah. Well, we'll wrap things up because it's been a long day for both you and Michael.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about Cincinnati? One of your favorite things about Cincinnati?
It's real easy to live here. I've lived in 10 different countries, and this one is really nice. And it's not, Germany was nice, my favorite. It was nice, China was nice. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan, and it's very nice, but it's the pace of it and the energy that you have to sort of have on a daily basis is not the same energy you have to have in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, you can sort of relax and you're not as much on a grind as I was in other places. Here it's nice because I work for a company that pays me well, and then the fact that I can, while I'm doing that, I can also my jewelry and clothes and meet other creative people and do creative things is a blessing.
Yes.
And not have to own a storefront and to pay market rate rent can be a challenge for a lot of people.
Say that.
Because you have to sell something every day or several things every day to sort of make ends meet. And I have the luxury that if I don't make a sale every day, all day, the bills are still covered. And I sort of have anything I make from selling jewelry and clothes is sort of gravy.
Yes.
Which is nice to not have to be stressed out
Right on.
and have that.
In line with stressed out, the theme of this episode is self-care, mental health.
Yes.
So let's talk about what do you do as a part of your self-care, mental health practice?
I sleep a lot.
Okay.
I watch a lot of Law and Order,
Okay. All right.
which is my favorite. And the thing is that, a lot of what artists do, we're thinkers.
Yeah.
And, if you have a physical job, you can let your body rest and your back rejuvenate it. But when you're constantly thinking about stuff, it's hard to not think
Right.
about stuff.
Right.
Either you're thinking about the next project, the next painting, the next, piece of clothing, the next fashion show. So you're always thinking.
Right.
And with Michael, we're hanging out 5 days a week. Sometimes when I'm not with Michael, I don't necessarily need to be around people.
Yes.
And I enjoy my own company a lot.
Right.
So if I am in bed all day watching Law and Order on a Saturday, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I find myself not getting out as much as I want to. So people invite me to events, and sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like getting dressed, and I don't. I'm glad when I do get out and interact with people, but when you have a 9 to 5 or 5 days a week job, sometimes not being around people is a gift. Because people can drain you.
Yes.
What are you saying? What are you talking about?
Are you agreeing?
Yeah.
Yes.
And Michael does a lot. He rides his recumbent trike. Coco. That we're going to eventually have. We're going to send Coco to school to be a support dog.
Okay.
And so she'll be in the studio with us.
Okay.
But and the company I work for is going to facilitate that and pay for that.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was as much. It's $25,000 to $30,000 to get that accomplished. But they're covering all of that, which is nice.
Amazing.
So Coco will be down and hanging out and spoiling her.
Yes.
She doesn't need even personal space. So hopefully she'll learn that in school.
Yes.
But yeah, it's cool.
Well, to find you, tell people how your hours of operation.
Well, now we're at 1324 Main Street,
Okay.
next to Ziegler Park. Or I always tell people we're across from the Lime Green Store,
Yes.
H&A Market, or Mr. Pitiful's if you're a drinker. That's at 1324A.
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday, we're here. Mondays are sort of fluctuated because on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, he goes to visit his dad. He hangs out with his dad. I take him to his dad's at 2:30. So 10 to 2:30, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Thursdays we're here usually late because his mom works for the teachers union, but she also has a radio show at WAIF, so
Okay.
she's there. So 4:30, 5 o'clock. Like I was here Monday night until about 8 o'clock, and somebody just walking us.
Wow.
So it's nice that people see us in here and they'll come in and purchase.
Right.
Because sometimes during the day, it's hard
Okay.
sometimes. But Michael has an Instagram page.
Okay. What's that?
Michael is on Instagram. He's Michael's Creations _107. Mine is Nomad3176 on Instagram. Well, Nomad3176 _icing. And then on Facebook, I'm Nomad3176. And I call my jewelry and clothing icing for the simple fact I love pound cake. I love cake, period. Any kind of cake. But what happens is, cake is always better with icing, especially a lot of icing. Like I like cakes that don't have any cake, but all icing. And I shouldn't say that because I'm diabetical and sometimes my blood sugar is over the top. But I'm working on that. It's a work in progress. But same thing with people. People are naturally great on the surface, but sometimes if you put on that right necklace, that right pair of earrings, that right bracelet, it just it elevates your look.
Yes.
So I call it icing. And I see a lot of shows and a lot of people walking around that need a little zhuzh,
Yes.
or a little bit of icing. Just if it's nothing but a glaze or some sort of maybe sour cream icing or something. But yeah, so people sometimes just need a little bit
Yes.
to push their outfit to the next level. And I'm here to help them do that.
And help Damone does.
Yes.
I'm just Jay. We're at Michael's Creations. This is Cincinnati's Conscience. We're citizens. Real citizens are the celebrities. The only question I have for you is, are you turned on? I most certainly am.